Hello, this is Mrs. Graham, and this is Grade 3 Reading, Week 1, Session 2, Cross-Text Synthesis. The materials you're going to need are your Social Studies notebook, a pencil, and the sticky notes we gave you. So in Mr. Standard's last lesson, you learned how readers begin researching a topic by reading an easy book or an overview text and finding the main topic and the subtopics. This can be done by thinking, what is the text about? How is the topic divided into different sections or subtopics? In today's lesson, I will explain how readers learn more about a subtopic by reading several texts about the subtopic and then synthesize or putting them together so that the related bits go side by side. So here is our target. Readers research a subtopic by reading several texts and synthesize, put together the information so related bits go side by side. The more researchers combine information, the more they become experts. Mr. Standard read Native Americans' traditional Native American homes, and one of the subtopics of the text was the Northwest Coast homes. The first step to synthesize information is to reread the subsections of the first text to get the information in your head. So now I'm going to read. Tribes lived in slant-roof houses. These houses were built out of cedar planks. The houses were huge, around 40 feet wide and 10 feet high. Now I'm going to take the subtopic Northwest Coast homes and read two other texts to research more information about how they were built. In my first book, Sea and Cedar, by Lois McConkey, it says the Indians built houses made of wood, consisting of very large room. The four corner posts would be large tree trunks set in deep holes in the ground. It would take many men with strong ropes to pull the corner posts into place. The walls were made of cedar planks. To make the planks, they pounded wedges, which are sharp pieces of wood, into the cedar log with a stone hammer called a maul until the cedar logs split into long planks. The roof of the wooden house was made of cedar bark and planks overlapping one another and held down with rocks. Roof lines and wall structures varied in different areas. At times, the planks forming the walls were lashed and fitted separately so they could be taken down easily and moved to another frame at a fishing camp for the summer season. In my second book, Nations of the Northwest Coast, written by Kathy Smithman and Bobby Kalman, under the heading Clan Totems, it says, to honor and celebrate a clan's history, its members carved totems into cedar poles or planks. Totems represent events and legends and include the clan's crest. People place these carved planks and poles called house frontal poles in front of their houses. Some groups carved totems into house posts or the posts that held up the roofs of their homes. Remember, today's learning target is to synthesize all this information together so that the related bits go side by side. Okay, let's look at our original text and then place these new related bits of information we just read to elaborate on the subtopic. We're going to start out with tribes lived in slant-roof houses. These houses were built out of cedar plank, and the houses were huge, around 40 feet wide and 10 feet high. So now what I did was I selected some bits and pieces that of the first two texts to put under tribes lived in slant roof houses. So I found in the first text, C and cedar, the roof of that wooden house was made of cedar bark and planks, overlapping one another and held down with rocks. From my Nations of the Northwest Coast, I found the bit of information saying some groups carved totems into house posts, or the posts that held up the roofs of the homes. Next, I'm going to look for bits of information to elaborate on the text, these houses were built out of cedar planks. Two bits of information that are related to these houses were built out of cedar plank came from C and cedar, and the quotes are, to make the planks, they pounded wedges, which were sharp pieces of wood, into the cedar log with a stone hammer called a maul, until the cedar logs split into long planks. The planks forming the walls were lashed and fitted separately. Now we're going to look for bits of information that are related to the houses were huge, about 40 feet wide and 10 feet high. The first bit of related information came from C and cedar. The four corner posts would be large tree trunks set in deep holes in the ground. The second piece of related information came from Nations of the Northwest Coast. People placed these carved planks and poles called house frontal poles in front of their houses. So readers, let's go over our topic. Readers research a subtopic by reading several texts and then synthesize, put together the information so related bits go side by side. The more researchers combine information, the more they become experts. So here we go. Okay, third graders, here's your assignment. You're to read the page in your social studies booklet called Homes. Then select one of the subtopics listed on that page. Next, read other pages in your social studies booklet to find information or facts that relate to your subtopic. On a sticky note, copy facts and sentences that relate to your subtopics. Place the sticky notes near the matching sentence on the Homes page of your social studies booklet. Take a picture of the page with the sticky notes and send it to your teacher. I hope you enjoyed this lesson.